Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, going out to all of you, depending on wherever you are joining us from today. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Today's session promises to be beautiful. It promises to be an entertaining session, and also it promises to be an educative session today. Why am I so sounding energetic or happy? It is because I have a scoop that for the very first time in this session, we're going to be speaking with some student ambassadors from this particular school. And this school is called the University of Northern Iowa. And so, wherever that you're joining us from, I want to know about that in the comment section. I want you to at least try to let me know where you are joining us from. Is it from Africa? Are you joining us from Asia? You're joining us from Europe. You are also joining us from America here. We want to just in the comment section, let us just get to know wherever that you are joining us from. Maybe perhaps you may be considering transferring to UNI. And so it will be a very good time that you want to listen to Dr. Christie speak. Ask some questions. What do you need to provide for them to have your service record transferred to them? Who knows? So if you want to join us, just have that wonderful session with us today. So once again, in the comment section, we want to know where you are joining us from. If you happen to be a prospective student and that you are looking at, basically just trying to attend or have a study abroad education in the USA, but then you just don't know a school to apply to, today we will tell you the reasons why you would need to apply to a school called University of Northern Iowa. I'm so excited about the session today, and so we will dive into the session. If this is your first time, I want to say thank you so much. All our friends joining us from Uganda today, I want to say with Valenyo, I believe I said it right, and also all our friends joining us from Sri Lanka today, I want to say Stuti. You know what that means already. Don't allow me to explain. Why? Because the ambassadors I have today, one of them is from Sri Lanka, and another one also from Uganda. So I want to just extend my regards to all of you. I'll begin by now having to join me the director, the woman herself, so that we kickstart into the conversation. But maybe I'll just have everybody just come on the dance floor, and then here they are. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today?
Great. It's a beautiful day, and we're happy to be here.
It's a beautiful day. We are happy in Iowa. The weather is good.
Yep. We're always happy when the weather's good in Iowa.
Yeah. So, Dr. Christie, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. And thank you that you came with your able ambassadors, your battalion of ambassadors who are going to be releasing the bullets of information to us today that most of our prospective students, they can
so funny.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that. And then we would have, our student ambassadors also introduce themselves, but we want to start with giving honor to whom honor is due. Dr. Christie, please, those of you or those of our prospective seeing your beautiful face for the very first time, please tell us who you are and what you do at UNI.
Absolutely. So you can call me Christy, and I am the Director of International Recruitment and Admissions at the University of Northern Iowa. This is my 26th year working at UNI, and I also have a bachelor's and a master's from UNI. So I know a little bit about the university, and obviously fell in love with it from the moment I stepped on the campus as a freshman, and left for a little while, but I've been back for the last 26 years. I work with the recruitment mission of undergraduate students and graduate international students. I get to travel all around the world. I've been to 105 different countries. So
no way.
I've been to your country, any country out there, and I have a few more to knock off on my list, but I love travel. I love my students and working in the field of international education.
105.
Yep.
And
on all 7 continents.
You are still counting?
Well, it's slowed down a little in my older years, but I still know that there's some amazing places. So I hope to still keep traveling and seeing the world.
I want to put you in a tight corner. Which country was the best for you to visit?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that. You know what? Honestly, that's a really hard question because I have found beauty and kindness and wonder on every corner of the globe. So I really
Mm,
I can't even think of a place I've been that I didn't like. I do have a fondness for Turkey. I will say
okay.
that because I have a friend who lives there on an olive farm out in the country, and it's just a beautiful, peaceful spot. But I
Mhm.
saw one of our viewers is from Italy, and you'll notice my last name is Marcassani. So
Yeah.
my family is from Italy, so I do love me some Italy. But you name me a place, and I probably can say some wonderful things about it because I've had
Wow.
such great
But you're
experience.
yet to visit Uganda or Sri Lanka, right?
I've been to both of them.
Oh, okay. You
So,
got me
yep, yep, I've been to both of them, although I can't say thank you in the native tongue. So you've already beat me on that one.
there.
So,
Wow.
yeah,
I already beat you on that one, yeah. But
yeah,
thank you so much, Christy, for joining us. I mean, 26 good years that you've been working at UNI. Man.
yep.
Well, let's get to the people you are grooming, the next future leaders at UNI. Let's hear from them. Uh, should we start from okay, alphabetical order, right? So S is there before you, right? So S, let's do Sri Lanka first, right? So,
All
man,
right.
welcome and thank you for joining us. Could you please introduce yourself, your name? I've already mentioned your country, but I mean, any
Yeah.
particular city in Sri Lanka you want to talk about, and then what you're studying at UNI, and then which year you are.
Sure. Yeah. First, thank you for having me, McRae.
Mhm.
This is amazing, and I'm glad to be here. My name's Gavik Kurupu. I'm originally from Sri Lanka, the city of Colombo, which is the commercial capital. The actual capital is a little longer name. Sri Jayawardhanapura Kotte is what it's called. So, bit of a tongue twister there. Um, in college, I'm currently a double major in technology management and graphic technology. And what was the other thing you asked for again?
I mean,
Uh,
which year are you
yeah,
in again?
senior. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, so that's a senior year, right? So the fourth year at UNI.
Yes, I've been
Wow,
here. Yeah, and
wow.
fun fact about me, I'm the campus ambassador for Coca-Cola. So that's a little.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna send you my address because you need to start shipping some Coca Cola to me, right?
He definitely can hook you up. He's definitely the guy.
Whoa, man, that is so beautiful to hear. That is so beautiful. I'll come back to you just for you to tell me your experience in the past 4 years at UNI, but I want to do Catherine first.
Yeah,
Catherine, you're honest. Please, your name, or maybe just introduce yourself to us today. I think it's Catherine. Can you hear us?
Uh-oh. I think she might be frozen.
Oh man.
Technology.
Okay. I think we'll get back to you, Catherine. But man, I want you to just tell us first before I get back to Christy. How has the 4 year? Okay, I think Catherine is back, right? Catherine, are you back?
Mm.
Oh, the network really bad.
really.
Okay, bro, just tell us how has the experience been for you? 4 good years at
Hello.
UNI. How has it been for you?
Do you want me to go? Yeah, I'll just go ahead.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, life changing. Genuinely. I mean, not everyone would have the exact story as I would. Everyone has their own when they come into college. But for
Mhm.
me, I came in very different than I am now professionally in almost every aspect. Christy can, double that down. She's been a big part of my growth. Personally, I mean, I got married here. I met my wife
Ooh.
here in the dorms.
In
I
the dorms, bro.
Yeah.
That's not allowed.
No, I mean, honestly, it's been an amazing story. We met
Mm.
each other there, and then we also found this place called the Tree House, which is like a community just outside of UNI affiliated with it, and a lot of international students get support in terms of like furniture, food. We have a pantry, clothes pantry, stuff like that. Um, but it all started with like you and I. I wouldn't get to where I am now in terms of like my extrovertedness, my ability to public speak, if I didn't
Mm.
like get groomed from Miss Christie from the beginning. Because I started off as an international ambassador
Mm.
for ISP, which is a student organization that we have called International Student Promoters, and I kind of just put myself out there. We had this little thing in the first semester I was in college called What Do We Have with Gav, where we would just follow me around and just put me in basketball games, different
Mhm.
college experiences, and just absorb what college at UNI was like, and that kind of set me in whatever rest came along.
Yeah.
If that answers your question.
Yeah, we would have more time to even dig deeper into the student life more, because most of the international students who would reach out to me, trust me, one of the key things that attracts them to a school here in the US is the student life. They
Yeah.
want to just know how accommodative, how welcoming the community is like for them. They want to see that, oh, do we have international students also studying at that school? Because I don't want to be the single person like from my country just studying there. So they want to know about activities, I mean, things that happen, the benefit and all that. But we will get deeper into that. I just want to, I think Catherine is back now and your network is fine, like a 5G, right? Catherine, can you hear us? Come on.
Sure.
Good. Please just go ahead and then introduce yourself. Tell us your name.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Let me hope I'm clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for this invitation. Thank you so much, Christy. Thank you so much, Makray. I can see the Ugandan flag just at the back.
Proud Ghanaian.
Sure. My name
I'm
is
talking
Catherine
about-
Birungi Wanyana. I come from Uganda. Uganda is known as the Pearl of Africa. And I come from the central region of Uganda, that is Kampala. I came to UNI in 2023. And I must say that shifted my life all around.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah, currently my major is public health, and I am a senior graduating on the 16th of May, this very month. And I am so passionate about this university. I feel like UNI is now part of my DNA.
Wow.
I must tell you, there is power in such podcasts. I remember when I was still in Uganda, I watched a podcast where Christy was on, and that changed my perspective. And now I'm here. So I really understand and value the power of social media and such podcasts. Christy shared so passionate things about you and
Yeah.
I and USA, and I promised my own self that out that country.
Oh, I want to get all this moment. Oh my God.
I know.
Oh, the network. Oh, that was just a good story. That.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm sure you guys could felt whatever she was talking about.
Yeah, no, wait. We basically understood what she was saying, even though.
Wow. I think we will get into that deeper because we want to hear about Christy too, the good stuff that she's done. Look at you. You were a prospective student in the past. You joined this podcast or some other podcast, and then you heard Christy talking passionately about UNI, and then here you are, fully fleshing. You're in your violet color. I see you, and very soon you're going to be alumni of UNI, and then. Wow.
Yes.
This is a great news. I want to come to
Yes.
Christy, just before we get into the other part, I want us to briefly talk about the basic admission processes for UNI, because you've seen somebody from Italy joining us, lots of them joining us, and then we want to let them know about the basic requirement. If there is English proficiency, if there is, you need an unofficial transcript, or you need the official one. You need maybe a certificate of degree, whatever it is that you need. You need a GRE. Please let us know what the basic requirements are for any prospective students who would be interested in joining UNI.
Absolutely. So UNI has both undergraduate and graduate programs. At the undergraduate level, we really look for three main basic things for students. It's pretty easy to apply. We have an application for admission, takes about 15 minutes. We ask for your transcripts, and when you apply, we only need your unofficial transcripts. We do need to see them in your native language and in English translation, but you can send those in to us and we can use those for your admission decision. And then we do require proof of English proficiency if your native language is not English. So if you have questions about that, you can let us know. I do also want to mention that we realize that some students are still working on their English. Our requirements for English proficiency are actually a little lower. And the reason that they're lower for undergraduates is we have an English pathway program.
Oh, ESL.
So what happens is, we do have an ESL program on campus, but those courses are developmental courses and they don't count towards graduation. We've created a pathway for students can take courses that will count towards their graduation, satisfy their general education, but we have embedded ESL teachers, we have labs, so students can do that their first semester, still get the support that they need to learn and improve their English, but not feel like they're wasting time or money because they're still taking courses that count towards graduation. So that's something that we have just implemented to help students.
That is good.
Yeah.
That is good. So it means that if a student may be having some sort of issues with trying to prove how proficient they are in English language, maybe they can probably reach out to you and then you can guide them. If you know that the student would probably benefit from UNI's ESL program, you can also just let them go through that, right?
Absolutely. Because sometimes when students come, if their English isn't strong enough, they really struggle in their first semester because not only they are adjusting to US life, US education system, all of the homework, having to do their own laundry for the first time. But then if language is a struggle for them, it really makes things hard. So we've tried to create this pathway that lets them move forward while still getting the support and help they need for their language skills. So,
okay.
Yep.
Beautiful. I love that. I love what I'm hearing already.
Yeah, we offer that for both undergrad and graduate students. And just to mention for graduate students, there are specific requirements per their academic program. So it's the same transcript, English, but then, maybe a student applying for MBA also has to submit a resume, or a student applying for TESOL also has to do a writing sample and a personal statement. So all of those things are on our website, or we're happy to help guide students, but you do need to meet those specific requirements to get considered for those programs.
Well, that is good to hear. But apart from the unofficial, for now, we're just talking about the basic aspect. So the unofficial, and then we have the EP, that is the English proficiency that we just spoke about. Do we have the GRE requirement there, or it is, debatable?
No. So everyone listen, for our grad programs, we no longer require the GRE or GMAT. So yes, right? So students can get into those programs without those scores. We still need to be able to see that they have strong grades, that they have good skills, that they have great experience, but we don't really consider the GRE or GMAT. And at the undergrad level, we don't require the ACT or SAT.
ACT, oh, okay. That's beautiful. Do we know for the undergrad, the GPA for the undergrad?
Well, we do an individual review of every applicant. So we do not have a standard, math computation that needs to be put together in order to spit out an admission decision. We actually look at each individual student. I usually tell students that if they have what we consider a 3.0 on a 4-point scale or above, they're really strong admits. If they have 2.5 to 3, we would probably take a closer look at their school, their courses. We might ask some questions of them. If they're under a 2.5, that's where we would probably really scrutinize them and see if we think that there's an opportunity, or we'd admit them to go through the pathway program to get some extra support. So we're really just trying to look for students we think will be successful at UNI. And that's our key. I mean, sometimes I admit a student that on paper is really strong, but they maybe get here and struggle. Or I admit a student that doesn't have the strongest grades and they get here and they're rock stars. So I've learned not to assume anything, but just trying to give as many students the opportunity as we can.
I think I love the way it is like you were trying to look at the potentials also that the student would have compared to academically what they have, which is so excellent, because there are some people, their starting point in certain courses, they are not so great, but you realize that as they start growing up, they're like Firestone. They just shoot up like a rocket like that. But I love how you're putting it. I really love it. So
well, can I mention, McRae? I think one of the things I have faith in with the University of Northern Iowa is that we have the capacity to help students where they're at. We have the intensive English program. We have a learning center. We have academic success coaches. We have a great, health and mental health support. So we know that even if students are struggling, we have people here that really care and can help them. So that's why sometimes I take a chance on a student, because I know that we have the ability. If they want to succeed, we can help them succeed.
Okay, that is it. If you want to be successful, you and I, we will help you to be successful.
Yep.
That is the simple and short of it. So talking about the transcript, right? Do you do in-house evaluation? Because people are scared right now about, going through WS, Pantron, and then because the money, it's a big deal right now. So do you guys do the in-house evaluation? Please tell us something.
We do not make students jump through a bunch of hoops. We have you send your transcript to us. I have 2 fabulous staff members who care and help students and work endlessly to try to help students. Carla at the grad level and Liz at the undergrad level, who's also from Uganda. So shout out to Uganda again.
Wow.
But those 2 staff people, they do all the reviews. And if we don't understand or know, we'll ask you. We'll say, hey, we've never heard of this school. Can you give us some direction? And we'll do everything we can to try to understand and make a decision, and hopefully a positive decision for every student.
This is good. This is good. Okay, so now we're speaking about the transcript, also talking about the English proficiency. On a good note, no GRE is required. And then is there any other thing you think that would be necessary? Although we said that during the undergrad session, we don't need any ACT too, right?
No, ACT, SAT are not required. Sometimes students ask, should I take it? We do have, and I'll get into this when we talk about scholarships, we do have some scholarships where the ACT or SAT can be looked at, or the GPA. So sometimes students are like, oh, my GPA is low, but if I take a SAT and do well, they might qualify for a scholarship. So that'd be the only reason that someone might want to take an SAT or ACT, is there are some scholarships tied to that. But otherwise, it's not required unless a student wants to do it.
Okay. I want to come to Gavik. I just woke him up a little bit.
No, I've been listening this whole time.
So about you, right? Do you remember? I know it's been like 4 years now, but look back. This is Gavik. You're trying to now apply to you and I. What were the requirements, or what did you submit? Do you remember how your process went for you?
Yeah, I do actually. In fact, I have a pretty personal story.
Okay.
So something that really made me seal the deal and choose you and I was, at this point in my life, I was doing my A levels, which is my advanced level examinations, but it's split between 2 terms. So there's like half of it in like January and the second half is in like August, but you can apply with the first half of your results and keep it like pending, if that makes sense. And I was doing my application. I was just filling it out, and I decided, I have a couple of questions. I want to get a feel as to what this kind of environment is like. And I called the number that was on there, and I think it was like 3 a.m. in the morning back home, but it was normal time in America. And Miss Christie answered the phone, and she's the director of international admissions. And I was like, wow, I was just a random applicant, and the director answered my phone call and was able to kind of guide me through the application process. So that really kind of gave a personal touch to the journey and coming here and start my relationship and connection with Christy.
Well, and I gonna add, because I just remember Gavik arriving on campus, right? It was in January.
Yeah.
The weather's a little different in Iowa in January than it is in Sri Lanka. Let's just say that. And my husband and I took Gavik out for lunch, and then we went out and we walked on a frozen lake. And this was the first time that he had ever been able to walk on a lake.
Yeah.
So that was his intro to Iowa and to our community.
It was memorable. It was genuinely like, it was first time in my with snow around me, first time with ice around me, and
Bro, I'm so jealous of you, man. I'm so jealous of you at this point because I had nothing like that, man. I had nothing like that. So you submitted your unofficial transcript, right?
Yes.
And then did you submit any EP like English proficiency, anything like that? Or
So
your country is
I did
exempted?
do my TOEFL and my SATs, but I did that on my personal benefit. I just wanted the accolades on my resume and my because I was applying to different universities. I
Okay.
had a year available. I had some time, so I wanted to complete it, but
Okay.
it was not a requirement.
Okay. It wasn't a requirement, but you just, I mean, you did it just anyway. Yeah. I get that perfectly. You didn't submit any GRE. Oh,
No.
okay. Also because you were applying for an undergrad program, right? So you needed no graduate. Okay.
No.
Yeah. And then no ACT, no SAT for you.
No, I didn't even
Okay.
take the ACT. I only did my SATs and my TOEFL exam.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember how long it took Christy to process your admission document? I mean, the office, how long did you take? Yeah.
So I think my one was a bit of a no. It was actually my visa that took a minute. My application was my bad. It was probably a week or maybe a week and a half, in my opinion. It was very quick. I was up and ready to go and going shopping to buy winter clothes.
Wow.
That's kind of where I was at.
At the undergrad level, we try to do 7 to 10 days if we can. Sometimes
Okay.
we're slammed, so it just depends. Our apps have been increasing every year, so we have so many applicants, but we do try to do 7 to 10 days. So I'm glad that Gavik said a week because that's
So
No,
in that time.
7 to 10 days, do we mean business days? Or should people count the weekends in it at this point?
Let's say business days, although sometimes we could turn it around quicker, but we'll go with business days. So like 2 weeks, I would say is
Max.
a good, is
Okay.
the average.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. I want to get to Catherine too. Catherine, are you a grad student?
Undergrad.
Undergrad too, right? So
Sure.
what did you also submit? What did you submit for the school to process your document?
Oh, thank you so much. Maybe to take you back a little bit, Uganda has a center called Education USA,
Mhm.
and you and I had an event where it was a virtual event, and I was following this event, and to come to my surprise, I saw a Ugandan on the event, and that was Elizabeth. I'm like, okay, let me give it a more look. So I sent in my applications, and it took me like 1 week. I think 1 week. So I text Elizabeth, and to my surprise, the response was immediate, like prompt. Like you and I don't know, is that a good or bad thing? The way you respond to international students.
Yeah.
You send them something, you go to bed, by the time you wake up, they've responded. I'm like, which other university does that? So Catherine did not apply to any other university because for me, I love good communicators. So I saw that this university is good at communication. So my values and their values align. So I really appreciated that. So I sent in because I had an associate degree in Uganda. So I sent in my paperwork, and they were worked on so promptly. Yeah, so also the Duolingo, I thought I was going to do the Duolingo, but when I read through the website, there was a waiver that if you had if your country speaks English or English is, because my associate degree was carried out in English, so that was waived for me. I'm like, this is a deal sealed. So every day while my application process, I would see a new step forward for my coming here. Yeah, so.
Wow. That is beautiful. We're talking about the University of Northern it's Northern Iowa. I got a name correct. Northern Iowa. And those of you who are thinking about the school, you don't know how it looks like. Here you are on their website, University of Northern Iowa. Beautiful website. Beautiful website. Go find all the necessary information that you would want. I think, okay, so we have the menu here. Okay, so we have the admissions and aid you can look into. Talking about admissions and aid over here, so you can look into the requirement. You know, Chris, this is my first time actually on the website, but I'm finding my way around it.
Awesome. That's
There's
great.
no
In fact,
difficulty.
if you go, if that admissions and aid, that little plus by it, and you go down on there, you're going to find international. So
Okay.
right
So
away
this is international students here.
from the homepage, you can pop to international and get to the details specifically for international students.
Perfect. So these are the next steps. If you're an international student, this is where it is.
Well, yes, and that one actually you forward to this is for admitted students. So these are
admitted students, right?
Students, but you'll see there's undergraduate, graduate information. We have a lot of information about cost and scholarships. So we hope that this will answer a lot of students' questions. But we also have WhatsApp, we have email, we have all the things if students have questions.
If I can just add on that, it kind of relates to, I've been speaking with 2 Sri Lankan students who are coming in the fall, and just like Miss Christy said, I've been speaking to them on WhatsApp with any little questions that they have or concerns about, UNI or anything in general. So yeah.
That is beautiful. So we have some information over here that you can basically look into, like for example this over here. So unofficial transcript can be submitted for the purpose of admission. Official document must be arranged before enrollment. So whatever questions you have, maybe if you don't know how to have this arranged, once again, just reach out to Christy or call the international office, and then they will let you know what to do and also how to do that. So this is the website.
To add on something small about getting to us, there we have social media handles, whereby currently I'm working on 6 students who have reached out through my Facebook account. So we are very open to information about UNI. So this Instagram, UNI makes sure that they can reach you at whatever level that you're at.
Well, and thanks, Catherine, for mentioning that. I think that's sometimes students are like, oh, should I look at social media because maybe that's not the real information, but maybe not as factual, but it's the heart of what a school is. And so, if you go to our social media, especially our international admissions Instagram, our international admissions Facebook, all of that is a lot of it is content created by our students. So we have this amazing international student promoters group, and as you can see, we have 2 of our amazing members here that are volunteers. This is their free time on their Sunday, but they all step up and they'll do vlogs of a day in the life. Right now we did what's called a Purple Passion video contest, which Monday night we'll be judging and see the winners. So tune in to see which teams win that. And then we just ask them to share pictures and stories. And so I think that's really helpful for students to go on social media and get an idea of what would my life be like there? Do I feel like I might fit in beyond what's the cost? What's the admission process? Those are important things. But finding a school where you can fit, I think, is really, really important.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Christy, for mentioning that, because that is quite vital. Gavik, you want to add something real quick?
Yeah, there was something in the comments, I believe, from Jolly from Italy about supply chain management. I can answer that.
Okay, so let me quickly read the question so that those who didn't see that, they can follow up. So that's the comment over there. It says, thank you, McRae. I just go through some of the program. I wanted to study supply chain management, but the school is not offering the program, but they have accounting programs. So I believe Jolly is from Italy. I think that was what you said. Yeah. So Gavik, you can go ahead.
So if I'm right, I do think you might have been looking in the wrong department. Supply chain management is offered in the applied engineering department at UNI. And that's in the College of Humanity and Resources, Science and Resources. So do look into that, because I do know that's I have some friends
that is offered, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll put in the chat, if I can, that the website address, and this is easy, is majors.uni.edu. So if you put majors.uni.edu, it has all of our majors. We have 90 different undergraduate majors, about 50 graduate majors. It also lists certificates and minors, because when you come to UNI and most US schools, not only can you major in a specific area, but some students double major, like Gavik. Some students, Catherine, are you majoring and minoring? Do you have a minor as well?
Yes, community health.
Right.
Okay.
So you can combine different programs, and they don't even have to be similar. You can put together whatever you want that you think is going to help your future. So we do have supply chain management, and students could do that. You could also, Jolly, you saw accounting. It might be also a great idea to double major in supply chain management and accounting. I'm going to mention this quickly because I think it's important. UNI was the first university in the US to have accounting be designated as a STEM major. So
wow. So
yes.
your accounting at UNI is a STEM major.
Absolutely. So
Are
this is a big deal, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we did a video about how students who are, some of them in accounting, they are so worried about the fact that this is not a STEM program for me, right? How can I get? Oh man. Okay, guys, let me put this message across quickly. So if you're a prospective student, you are listening, you are an accounting major, or maybe you did some finance in your undergrad, and then you wanted to maybe come do a grad studies or whatever it is, maybe even undergrad or whatever it is, please look into University of Northern Iowa at this point. Look into that, because you sometimes you want to consider the benefit of the STEM whilst you're applying, right? Because you don't want to just enjoy 1 year of OPT. You want to, do the extension after the 1 year regular one. So look into that. I'm so glad that I know about this right now. So now I can share this out. The first university in the United States of America, as Christy said, that they have accounting regarded as a STEM program. Signed and approved by McRae.
Not only that,
I'm also adding on something. It is the first university in that line, and it is the only university where students are picked up from the airport when you arrive.
And in fact, I'm
Real
to the
students.
international office. I've been picking up students.
You have students coming after you today.
when you come to UNI, they
Yeah.
make sure that you are here as if it is your home country.
Mm,
Actually, for me, I'm a testament of UNI is my other home.
okay. Yeah.
It is my other home. So
Yeah.
while you're still in your country, please be at rest. Just
Okay.
work on your visa. Even they help us with our mock visas.
Visa interview, right?
Which other university does that? No one else.
yeah, we do
You know?
mock interviews for students before they go to their visa interview.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's something I think also
And you do it for free, right? For
Yep.
free.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So we try to help students just feel prepared and confident, and give them an idea of some of the questions they may get, although we all know that we don't know exactly what will happen when you go to a visa, but we do try to help students. And if they do it and they don't do great, we say, okay, let's do it in a week and do it again and try again, and we will help give them tips. But they have to be coming to UNI. We only do it if you are actually right. I mean, you understand, right? So come to UNI, we'll help you.
It is amazing how this university, it is just you will just use your finger to click and start admitting. Your finger will enable you become part of UNI, because even when you arrive here, there are so many offices that help out. We have the OIE, the admissions. The moment you arrive, they hand you over to another office to take you on until you graduate. I'm soon graduating, but again, they are with me to make sure that they are in touch with my employer. So literally, you're here to,
you brought the bullet to us today. Because
right. We can just not even be here, McRae.
We are getting information back to back. Well, but this is actually a testament of your good work. That's what they are basically trying to do. So it's a good testament of whatever you're training them to do, and it's so awesome. It's so awesome. Okay, this is beautiful. So once again, if you're joining us for the first time, I want to say thank you. Today, I am with a university that is just nearby me. It's nearby me. It's just nearby. University of Northern Iowa. That is what we are looking into today. And I have Christy, I got Gavik, and I got Catherine from Uganda, but Gavik from Sri Lanka, and then Christy from Iowa. I don't know. But
Citizen of the
that's
world.
what we are looking into. So we will get into how much the application fee is. Another question would be if there is a waiver for any international student. Is there a possibility maybe when you get to maybe attend any webinar or whatever it is, could you receive a coupon? Is there something like that with you and I? And also we will look into how much could be the cost of attendance averagely for you if you're trying to get into UNI. I'll bring my guest back again so that we look into that. But if this is your first time, please subscribe to the channel, share with your friends so that they get to learn more about University of Northern Iowa today. I'll bring my guests back for us to get into that conversation again. So Christy, let's now talk about the application fee. How much are we paying?
Yeah, so for undergraduate students, it's $50. And for graduate students, it's $70.
Okay.
And we do have some flexibility. I mean, at the undergrad level, we don't typically we don't typically waive the application. Sometimes we'll defer it, which means that students don't need to pay it until they get to campus and they are enrolled, and then it's on their first bill. At the graduate level, we also sometimes can do that, but some programs do require students to pay it. Here's kind of the situation we have. We have seen such a huge increase in the number of applications to UNI. In the past 3 years, we've experienced over 1,000% increase. So we have become hot and trendy, which is great. But in order for us to be able to process everything, we need to see the students who are most dedicated and committed and interested. And in some cases, that means that we need them to pay their application fee in order for us to move their application forward. But at the undergraduate level, I would say go ahead and reach out to us and request that deferral if that's something you're interested in. We'll see if we can accommodate that.
So for the graduate student, we don't have anything like that.
There are times we've done free app weeks, so I would say look for that. Sometimes we do offer during certain seminars or webinars that we do, but again, our grad numbers are pretty big. So we do sometimes just say that students need to be able to pay their app fee and meet all of the requirements.
Okay.
Price
So do we know maybe the next time we have some seminars coming up?
Summer's pretty quiet for us. We get a little break. We're preparing for the newest students coming in, but once fall hits, we will be out recruiting. We usually do a lot of South Asia, Southeast Asia, Africa, and we try to do webinars all over. So look for University of Northern Iowa and reach out and talk to us individually, and we'll tell you what the options and opportunities are.
Okay. That's beautiful to hear. Do we have the deadline for those who want to get into fall 2025? Do we have the deadline past and gone already?
Undergraduate level, no. We are still open for admission, and we even have some scholarship support that we can still give out. So if you're an undergraduate student and want to transfer or want to come in as a freshman, we can still work with your application. And as you heard, we're pretty quick at processing it, so we can get that done and your immigration documents out to you as soon as possible. At the graduate level, there are some programs that the deadline is passed or they've reached capacity, but there are others that are still accepting applications. So I would say if you do have a question, to go ahead and email us or contact us through WhatsApp, and we'll let you know if your program specifically is still available to apply. If not, you can wait until many programs have spring intake or fall 2026.
Perfect. That is what we're looking at. So whatever the question is at this point, I think the best advice would be like reach out to Christy or the international office because your situation may be quite unique and all that, so that they can help to look into it for you and give you the respective or subjective advice that you would want, right? Christy, averagely, what is the cost of attendance that you have on your I-20s for us?
Our I-20 at the undergraduates around 35,000, and for the graduate students around 37,000. That includes tuition and fees, room and board, health insurance, books and supplies, and personal expenses. The cost of living in Iowa is below the national average, so I think things are pretty affordable here. And then we do try to help students with scholarships, and then there's lots of jobs on campus. Both Gavik and Catherine can attest that you can work on campus in different jobs, even some jobs that'll help you prepare for your future careers. So that's a great way to also help fund part of your education.
Perfectly. So we're talking about the undergrad having to do with 35 grand, that is 35,000 US dollars. And then the graduate student, they would be doing with $37,000, right? Does that include PhD students?
We only have one PhD program, which is Doctor of Education.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but that would be at the same rate as graduate program.
Perfect. Because I think I have somebody. Okay, there are a couple of comments in that we'll be looking into, but I'm still inviting more comments to come. Okay, so somebody's saying that I went through their programs and waiver request. International students are not eligible because the options there. I don't know what that means. Christian, I don't know if you do understand that.
No, I'm not sure. I wondered if it meant the application fee waiver. And again, we kind of addressed that
Okay.
we
Yeah.
don't typically waive the application fee, but we do consider deferral requests.
Okay. Okay. I think Jolie is interested in you, and I wanted to find out. I think he's saying that he did accounting in his undergrad. So he's social in the accounting STEM program that you and I offer. So you may be looking out for application that is coming in from Jolie. Unwabwe.
Definitely. We'd love to consider that. Our Master of Accounting program is excellent. It's 1-year program.
Okay.
If you want to do accelerated. And then our students, listen to this, are the students that take accounting do the CPA exam, which is the Certified Public Accounting exam, and our students score in the top 3 in the world on the CPA. So
Wow.
if you want to track to accounting and to work in some of the big 4 accounting firms, we have students, international students, who have graduated and been hired by the big 4 and are doing quite well, getting a big return on their investment.
Wow.
So I think there's a great pathway for you and I, for talented accounting students.
Wow. That is actually what I am turning my focus into, because sometimes it's not just about applying to a cheap school or a high expensive school or whatever school it is, but it is life after school. You know what I mean? Because at this point, my focus is also on the fact that would I be able to, like, what is the track record of the school when it comes to job? The alumni, can they favor, if sometimes, when you are on LinkedIn, you're trying to apply for any job, sometimes LinkedIn will show you that, oh, we have some of your alumni, working over here. Like, when you reach out to them, how responsive they are they able to also help you? How does the school put you in contact with some of those people, the career fairs and all that? Like, how is it helping? So I'm like excited to hear you say that you have some of the students from the accounting program. You said like they've taken up some of the jobs and stuff already, which is so good. I'm so happy that international students, they're making it in you and I,
That's what that's why I keep showing up each day, is seeing students reach their goals and be successful and whatever, and be happy, whatever that looks like.
Thank you so much, Christy, for helping the international community with this awesome stuff that you're doing. So I wanted to just get to the scholarships available. Then I'll come to the bullets we have today. My people from Sri Lanka and then Uganda, Kampala of all cities. So, Christy, let's talk about scholarships available. Maybe work on campus, graduate teaching assistantship, research or teaching assistantship, any other grant, any other fellowship, or whatever it is that student can benefit from. Please give us an overview of all that today.
Yeah, so at the undergraduate level, we have some international student-specific scholarships. Some of them are automatic based on a student's GPA when they apply. If they have a certain grade point or they have a certain SAT, one or the other, they automatically get $5,000 or $3,000, depending on what their grades are. We have other scholarships that are more either merit-based or application-based, which means that students actually have to apply, write a short essay, show us their resume, and in those scholarships, it's not always the smartest student that we're looking for. We're looking for students who are bright, who are motivated, who are a good fit with our university. So in that case, students can get up to $6,000, and that's in addition to the International Scholar Award. There are some department-specific scholarships for undergraduates. These are pretty competitive because they are also competing against domestic students. But we do have students who get the presidential scholarship or a biology scholarship or something related to their department. So those are mainly the scholarships for undergraduate students. At the graduate level, we have what are called assistantships, as you referred to. These are either teaching assistantships, research assistantships, project-based assistantships, whatever it might be that a department is looking for. And when students are given an assistantship, they also are waived the non-resident portion of their tuition. So they pay resident tuition, which is huge, big deal. And then they get a stipend to help support them. So this can be, if a student were to get an assistantship and a grad scholarship, it could cover up to 90% of their costs. However, I would say the average is maybe more like 40 to 50% of costs because, again, it's so competitive at the graduate level.
Wow. This is good. So we are saying that for the undergraduate level, academically, if the person's GPA or scores or the records are good, the person may end up getting, let's say, 3K to 5K?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
International Scholar Award.
So that comes automatically, right? It comes with the admission letter.
Absolutely. Yes.
You don't need to apply separately for it.
Nope. That one you just have to apply for admission.
Okay. And then the other one, I don't know if you're calling it the merit award, that the person has to write an essay or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's called the International Excel Award. And that one is just where we have a committee that looks at students, what they've submitted to us, and we award up to $6,000.
Wow. This is good. So imagine somebody academically who is good, is getting, let's say, that 5K, the maximum. This person also getting to write this essay, having a committee review it, and they go like, oh, well, this kid is good. Why don't we just give something? And then they give you maybe the maximum again, 6,000. That is like you getting like $11,000 out of, but Christy, do you get to renew this? Do you have any renewable sort of scholarship and like that?
Absolutely. All of those awards are renewable up to 4 years, as long as a student keeps a 2.5 GPA. So that is the expectation for them to do that in order to continue with those awards.
This is beautiful. So what about some on-campus jobs? We have them available, right?
Yeah, we have over, I think, 3,000 on-campus jobs. Most of our international students work. Sometimes when students get here at the beginning, they have job that's the easiest to get and most plentiful is at working at the dining center. So everyone gets, it's like a rite of passage, scooping ice cream and working in the dish room. But then from there, there's a lot of different opportunities in different majors, in different facilities on campus. I know, again, both Catherine and Gavik have worked on campus. In fact, I think Gavik has an interesting story that kind of shows the importance of a campus job beyond just making money. It also can be kind of helping form your future. So maybe you want to share that, Gavik?
Yeah, I'll come to them so that we just, I think Gavik and then Catherine, I'll come to you because you are a student. I want to know the scholarships you guys received and then which are the campus jobs that you are doing. How were you able to get it? Because trust me, students want to learn. How did you guys make it happen for yourself? But before that, couple of comments still coming in. Somebody is saying that, do you have a program on education graduate? I want to believe you do because they're all there, right?
Yeah, we do. We started as a teacher's college. So this is really important. This is our 150th year. So 150 years ago, we started as a teacher's college, what was called a normal school. So we only had teaching or education programs. So we do have a Master of Arts in Education. Some of
Mhm.
those programs are online and some of them are on campus. So, Luis, you'd have to take a look and see if there's one that interests you. But we do have.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then I think he's asking another one says, what is the acceptance rate? I don't know if you know that, or maybe I could just look into it in the internet or on the internet or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that one's hard at the grad level because it's each program is specific to the program. I mean, I can tell you like MBA is probably 20%, where TESOL might be 80%. So, some programs are more competitive and popular than others. And so it'd be hard for me to give that kind of
Okay. Yeah. Another one from Lincoln Shan saying that what qualities do you look for in MBA students?
Absolutely.
Christian,
Yeah, that's a great question, Lincoln. So our MBA is more of a professional MBA, which means that they definitely want people in the program that have experience. A lot of the program is group work, is interactive. So they want people who have at least 2 or 3 years in business working. So you have some things to bring to the table as part of discussions or examples. So I think obviously strong grades, good English, those are all going to be important, but also that idea of you have a little bit of experience that you can bring to enhance the program.
Okay, beautiful. Lincoln, let me know if you've, that answered your question. Let me just know. And also whatever question that you have, please put it up in the comment section. We'll get to do that. But now let's get to, these ambassadors are doing a great job for Christy already, because it's like they know their stuff even better. 4 years in Iowa, they're doing it. Let me begin with Gavik. Man, tell me, what scholarships did you get? How did you make it happen for yourself? What on-campus jobs did you get, and how did you make it happen?
I'm gonna go ahead and touch on the on-campus jobs because I didn't apply for a scholarship. UNI was in fact very affordable to me when compared to other universities in the United States. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about my unique story that Chrissy was just talking about. So yeah, as I mentioned previously, I'm the campus ambassador for Coca-Cola, which means I promote Coca-Cola's brand on campus, and I get to give students free soda from like thrice a month, be involved with student organizations, so on and so forth. But it all started with at the dining center. My first semester, I worked as a dining assistant, flipping burgers, serving ice cream, cleaning the dishwasher, all that, the basic stuff you do in a dining hall. And then over the summer, that's when I got in touch with like my extroverted side with I think I got like a little scholarship over the summer to help promote international students, and I would make vlogs for prospective international students to see what Cedar Falls was like from their home country, to see what local restaurants we have, what activities we have. Then I started a job in the applied engineering department as I think it was a very long term, but I worked for Panther Products. Basically, I worked making name tags for anyone on campus, awards, printing, posters, laser engraving, woodwork, basically anything in terms of like basic industrial tech. So hands-on work, there's a wide variety of campus options, like Chrissy mentioned. You can work in the dorms, you can be a desk assistant, you can work in the international office, the CME, Center for Multicultural Education. But yeah, I can just go on and on and on.
Yeah, but how did you apply for the jobs, the on-campus job? How did you get it? We want to know the how.
So there's a wide variety of ways. One way is you can see the QR code up in like places wherever you walk on campus. You can see, okay, dining is hiring, scan here to apply. And it's a very easy 10-minute application that you just fill out on your phone or your laptop. Probably attach your resume and your CV to that application, so have those ready on you. But very simple and easy process. With the Coca-Cola thing, that just fell on my Instagram story. Honestly, it popped up. I saw it. I applied, and eventually, thanks to Miss Christie and a couple of other people, I was able to get my CPT and become the first
Wow.
international ambassador for Coke in the
Wow,
country.
that's good. Yeah, but Christian, do we have any place on the website that maybe the prospective student wants to, apply before
Oh
they
yeah,
come to the US? Guys, do we have anything like that?
oh yeah. I mean, if you
Yes,
go
we
on
do.
the website and
Hmm.
you check jobs on campus, you'll see the amount. There's plenty of options.
Handshake.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
can talk about handshake.
Handshake, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me come to Catherine. Catherine, tell me your wonderful story. How much scholarship did you get?
Thank you so much. I got in my first year, I got a 3,000 scholarship. It was,
Wow.
boop, it came with my admissions. I'm like, this is the university. Like I
Wow.
said before, you and I just unveiled itself every day of my life from the time of applying. So I got
Hmm.
this 3,000 scholarship. Then after my first year, my GPA was a 3.7, and I was awarded another scholarship on top of the 3,000. I got a 2,500 scholarship. Then also through the Office of International Engagements, they normally send out emails whereby you can apply to different scholarships, both on
Hmm.
campus and in the community. So I applied to the DKG Women's Scholarship and I got a 1,000 scholarship.
Eh.
And on top of that, this team always they send out different scholarships. So one student can have like multiple scholarships. That is if your GPA is in good standard, if you're active, even the international student promoters, this club that we are in, it also gives out fabulous scholarships every
Hmm.
semester. So
Hmm.
this is a university that makes sure that you're here comfortably. Going back on how I got a job, my first job on campus, when you come in here, of course, you have to get your SSN card and all that. Still, the university works with you. There is an officer, she's called Chrisley. She helps us with setting us through the how to get your social security number
Mhm.
and then the employer. So me, I worked as a cook assistant in the dining
Okay.
because I had done food in Uganda, so it was so easy for me to
To
get
do.
in there.
Mhm. Yeah.
And when you reach there, of course, everything is new, but the people who receive you, they're like, you're welcome. You can learn this. You can
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
You know, that first paycheck that I got, I even saved it. I even saved that screenshot. I'm like, wow, this is my first pay stub in America. So
Yeah.
they are really loving and they make sure that they teach you through the safety and guidelines of how to handle everything. So
Hmm.
yeah.
So that means that you also got to the US before you applied for the dining job, right?
No, I got the job when I arrived here. I didn't do the handshake thing because I'm undergrad. I mean, I didn't. There was a lot for me to do. So the issue of the job, I was like, it will find me there when I arrive. So when we arrive, we have that 1 week of orientation whereby they take you through on what to do, how you do, how to get a driver's license, how to get a social security card, how
Hmm.
to get free furniture, free beds. I mean, what should I say?
Well,
Yes, so there is that welcoming community both on campus and in the community. So the
hmm.
churches, the mosques. So, I mean, when you come at the University of Northern Iowa, you become a property of everyone around.
Yeah, that's actually
I
good
can
working
I
as
can
well.
testify that the people who taught me how to drive are from the community, and I
Oh,
didn't pay anything, you know. So you
wow.
just be yourself, just be true to yourself. And Christy is a very great source. Our professors are very great source. So
Hmm.
everyone is here to help you. That is if you move out of your box. Yeah.
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 But that is good. That is good. We got a couple of questions still coming in also. It says that how do international students do post MBA after graduation in terms of employment? Christy, do you have an idea about that?
Yeah, well, overall, I think it's important for everybody to hear. We do have very strong placement rates. 96% of our students have jobs actually find success, which means either have a job or go on to higher education
Mhm.
within 6 months of their graduation. So we feel really like we've been able to help students launch into their careers. As far as the MBA is concerned, we have a career fair every semester where employers from around not only the state, but the Midwest, some multinational companies come to campus to talk with students. So students have the opportunity to go around, pass out their resume, talk to potential employers, and talk to them. A lot of times, students at first are going to get internships, and internships are a great way to get your foot in the door for a job then down the road. So I've seen that to be a lot of success for our MBA students, is that they do an internship first in order to get that kind of experience, but also to impress an employer who then will want to bring them on for a position. So whether it be in the US, or some students want to go have international experience or go back home, I've seen students, be able to have a very successful career after their MBA.
Beautiful. So, Lincoln, let me know if that answers it. Another one is saying that, is there full funding or partial funding in graduate program? So maybe somebody having a graduate, being a graduate assistant or teaching assistant. I mean, does it cover 100% tuition?
Well, I want to be totally transparent. I will say that there's the potential to have almost full funding. So we say that if a student gets a full assistantship and a full scholarship at the graduate level, it pays about 90% of all of their costs.
Whoa.
However, I think in reality, we do have some students that get that kind of funding, but most students get partial funding. Maybe they get a half assistantship, or they get a scholarship, a partial scholarship, and a partial assistantship, because we want to try to help as many students as possible. So it is probably more common for students to get partial, maybe around 50%, but there is the opportunity to get up to 90%.
Okay, so even if they get a partial scholarship, they still work on campus to have about 20 hours, right? And then in that way, they are receiving stipend.
Yeah, that's correct. Most assistantships work that they're going to work in their department on some sort of project or research or teaching. They then get a stipend. Some assistantships are half, which means that's 10 hours a week, and some are full, which is 20 hours a week. If a student has a half assistantship, then they can also get another job and work for 10 hours, because the limit in the US is to work 20 hours per week during the school year.
Yeah. Okay, good. I have this is Teke from Nigeria, and she's asking this question: does the graduate assistantship cover? Okay, so it's the same thing, but she's adding the health insurance aspect.
Well, I mean, if a student were to get a full assistantship, they would get in-state tuition, which is again about $11,000 savings. So that would be huge. And then their stipend would go towards paying off that tuition. So in that sense, they still would need to have funds, their own funds or other support to pay their health insurance and to pay like their room and board.
Okay. Is it expensive, health insurance at UNI?
We do have good health insurance. It can feel a little expensive, but those of you who have lived in the US and have ever gone to the doctor, you understand why health insurance is important. Because all it takes is one visit to the emergency room with a broken ankle, and the bill would be crazy expensive if you did not have good health insurance. So we try to keep our students well taken care of. We hope that they don't get hurt, but if they do, they're covered.
Okay, so Precious is asking, please, can you combine both department, graduate assistantships and Erasmus scholarship, to make it full? Do you have an idea about what he's talking about?
Well, Erasmus scholarships are usually scholarships for European universities. Those are quite common in Europe. We do not have Erasmus here in the US, but the question, I guess, back to Precious would be, if you were to get an Erasmus scholarship in Europe, would they allow you to use that funds to go to a US university? So in that sense, you would have to figure that out, but you can get both a graduate assistantship and bring in another scholarship, or you might get a graduate scholarship from UNI.
Perfect. That sounds good. Okay, so a couple of them still coming in. I hope we even have time for this.
Wow.
Okay, so if I'm interested in non-profit sector, which graduate program would you recommend? Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know if we have. I mean, some students might
Yeah.
that the MBA
Because
might be a good choice for them.
Mm.
I think
because
we have a master's in philanthropy because I looked into it. I do believe that's one course that we offer, and I've heard that it's good.
I can also speak
Master's in
about,
philanthropy,
because I mean, that's my department. I can also speak about the RTNL, the
okay.
Recreation Tourism and Non-Profit Leadership. That is
Mm.
a very good course to look at. Yes, if you go to the website and click on it, you may look at it.
Wow.
So it's recreation, tourism, and nonprofit leadership. So that might
Oh,
be
okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
a
I've
perfect
seen that.
one for
I've
you.
seen that. Let me share this. So this is what we're talking about. This program here:
Absolutely.
recreation, tourism, and non-profit leadership. Okay, so Abel, that is your answer. Is on the website. Please look into it. These are actually the requirements you can also look into. It's offered both on campus and then online. You can take it for spring. This is the English proficiency stuff. But if you are from a country that English happens to be your language of instruction or first language, you may not need to submit all this one. So you need 2 letters of recommendation, a personal statement, and then you equally need a resume, and then you're good to go. Christy will take care of you, give you admissions in just 1 week.
I will try my best.
You will try. Okay, another question here. Do we have to pay the difference between in-state and out-of-state tuition as a graduate assistant or no?
No, if you get either a partial or full assistantship, the out-of-state portion of the tuition is waived. So that is about $11,000 that's taken off of your bill automatically if you get a GA. Plus, you get the stipend that you make for being a GA. So there's a lot of great funding options for you at the graduate level.
Okay. We are giving you 1 student. Lincoln is saying that I'm totally interested in applying.
Yay! All right, Lincoln. Let's do it.
So
You and I. Come on.
At least I'm
You're
sure of
welcome.
2 people. Yes, at least 2 people that I'm sure of that they are throwing the application to you and I, which is good. Okay, he says he's applying to for the MBA program. That's good. I mean, this question. Okay, so what makes a successful application? I mean, just make sure you meet the requirement and learn, prepare.
Yeah. I think that's all good. Read the directions,
Yes.
watch for deadlines. But I am going to say, if you're asked to write an essay or a personal statement, put some time and energy into it. This is on my soapbox. These guys can tell you sometimes I give my speeches. So this is my speech. This is my preaching. So don't use AI. We can tell. I can tell when a robot has written something. Use that opportunity to give your own insight. Make sure your voice is heard. Take time and energy. Don't write what you think we want to hear or a bunch of googly like prestigious university, blah, blah. We want to hear who you are, why you're passionate about your field, and what you can bring to our program. So really take the time and energy. Do not waste that opportunity by just throwing something out there. That's my
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I told them in one of the videos that we produced, we were sharing about how to write statement of purpose. I told them that, listen, you need to write the thing it should feel personal.
Yep.
You know, let the person know about sometimes, I mean, your process of even making it to this level, the things you went through, how these things they've shaped you, the jobs you did, the task that you followed, how did they change you? How does it affect your perspective of viewing things? Like, I mean, make it personal for you. But if it's AI is writing it for you, trust me, AI is going to go straight, bum, 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 and then you feel like there's no personal touch in this, right? So I agree with you. So guys, particularly Lincoln, you're asking, that is one message Christy just preached to you, right? So I mean, just not only you, but let's try to avoid the AI usage in, writing some of these personal sort of documents. The people, they want to feel about you, not about the AI. You know what I mean? So just make it like that. Okay, another question. Hey, my God, we have about less than 10 minutes to wrap up. Less than 10 minutes. Another question we have, it says, can we submit an official transcript during the application process? I think it's yes, right?
It's absolutely yes. Just send us a copy of what you have. We will admit you on that. If you plan on coming, then we will ask you to arrange for an official copy to be sent to us, and we'll work with you on that. So no, it's very easy.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'll come to our beautiful and then handsome ambassador from Sri Lanka and then from Uganda. Uganda, I want to be there. I have one friend from Sri Lanka. Actually, I forgot his name, but I will remember it somewhere along the
It's okay.
Okay, bro, tell me that unique thing. I mean, that you had to choose UNI. How many schools did you actually apply to?
I applied to 4, I believe.
Four.
Yes,
Four. Do you still remember their names? Do you remember their names?
I do. UNI, obviously.
Okay.
I applied to Warwick in England.
Okay.
I applied to BU, which is my brother's university in Boston, and I applied to Berkeley in.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are all great schools,
Yeah.
right? What? How did? I mean, UNI. What stood for you in UNI? The violet color. We want to know what stood for you.
Number one, personally, there was 2 reasons. Number one, affordability. That was the big kind of just, do I want to make an investment? There's a big difference in currency between Sri Lanka and the US dollar. So I had to be smart. I'm looking at 4 years and I'm taking a risk, it's a big investment. And the second one was I didn't want to go to a very, very big university. I wanted to go somewhere where I felt personal, where I felt it was sort of the same kind of crowd and vibe as I did have back home. I went to a very big high school. It had about 9,500 students, and that's sort of the same number we have here. So I felt very comfortable when I got here and kind of homely. It was about a 15-minute walk from one corner of the campus to the other side. So, you don't have to worry about being late for class. If you wake up a little late, you can always just run and make it on time.
You're not late, Gavit. Come on.
No, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Miss Christie has taught me not to be late. But I did want to speak about one question that we had about strong applications. We have career services at UNI, which is an office that is free for any student to go and build their resume, their applications, their CVs, anything to just get them ready for their professional career ahead. And one piece of advice that I've gotten is just make it personal to you. No one wants you to be another person. People want to know who you are. So just make your applications your own personal story and just show them some way or somehow you've overcome some challenge in your life and, show that they should need you. That's my answer to that question. I think. Okay.
Perfect. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. So I want to come to Catherine. I want to hear your part of it. How many schools did you apply to?
Like I mentioned before, I applied to only one school. So on my journey to apply to the rest, then UNI was filling me with these emails of responsive. I mean, I'm like, I'm good to go. I'm not good with window shopping, so when I see something that is good for me, I go with that. So UNI was the best on the list.
So you just applied, you put everything, it's like do or die. It's either UNI or none.
So when I applied and looked at the population in the Midwest and I saw that UNI and Kampala is a very big town. So I grew up in the town, so busy. So I'm like, God, I need to go somewhere where I can rest, study, and grow.
Yeah.
So I came here and the traffic was okay. So you drive on the roads whereby you're really okay. Then again, when I applied, I tried to reach out to the professors who are also so great. They would respond. And the moment I arrived here, there was a time when I was struggling with my major because I switched my major. And when I was assigned an academic advisor, she took me through so well. I explained to her what I had done in the past, where I want to go. And she's like, Catherine, public health is for you. I'm like, let me look through it another time and see. So Right now, when you look at my LinkedIn page and where I came in as a student at UNI and where I am right now, they are totally different. So they're aligning my values. They've enabled me to grow. I'm so privileged to be part of this university. Yeah.
Wow. That's such a beautiful thing to hear about the University of Northern Iowa. Such a beautiful thing. I have no doubt about it because when I Christy, I posted something in our WhatsApp group this morning because when I shared that, then the director of admissions at one of the schools just was like, "I love Christy." I don't know what the secret is. I don't know, but that message just came boom. Like, I love
Does
Christy.
even
I'm like,
impact on people.
yeah. So I'm like,
We love Christy. We love Christy.
yeah. I'm
She's
like,
so sweet.
yo, Christy.
She's
Well,
You're
I
doing
mean,
a good job.
during that podcast that I talked about when I hadn't arrived here, Christy mentioned something on the podcast. She's like, I'm someone who will be able to come to your country. And last year she was in Uganda. I'm like, this
was.
woman speaks her word.
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing.
So she loves her job. She loves internationals. She follows you up. She wants to know how you're doing. Because she is a mother to us. We love her so much.
Wow. Christy,
Well,
Yeah.
Nick,
I owe you
I
one
would be.
lollipop. I owe you one candy.
Thank you. Well, I would be remiss not to say, first of all, I love my job because my students are so amazing and they just make my day exciting, sometimes too exciting than I wanted, but most of the time very wonderful. But, as you can see, these are two fantastic young people right here.
Yep.
I've seen them both journey from the time even before they got here. And now they've come and they did everything right too. I mean, UNI is a great place, but they also jumped in. They tried new things. They were open. Every time I look at social media or sometimes the UNI news, there's like Catherine doing something cool and Gavik getting some sort of award. And I'm like, these guys are amazing. So it's sometimes the combination of a great environment like UNI where you can try things, you can get involved, you can
Right.
you can make a few mistakes, but you can come back and find success, and being bright and motivated. I mean, that's part of the equation too. And that's what we have with these two and what we have with a lot of our international student promoters and our students. So
wow, this is good. This is good. The session is making me feel like this is just the right international community.
When are you going to come?
You know what I
Right.
mean? This is the right.
That's the
Yeah.
word. That's the word. This is the best international community to start.
Yeah.
I don't know where you will be going, but it is right to start here. Start here, then you find out your way. But you may also be stuck here.
They never leave.
Well, it's so good. I have a couple of questions even coming in. I don't know. Let's see if we can do just this last one, and then we can wrap it up. Everything speeds. Okay. Before that, somebody's asking. Okay, so how can we reach out to Christy? Christy, what's up? How can we reach out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the best thing to do is to email us at international.admissions@uni.edu, or you also
Okay.
WhatsApp us, and that's at 1 is our country code, 319-273-2363. So these are all on our website, which is uni.edu. So really easy. So come on our website and message us or email. I'll be watching, or my staff, Missy, Liz, or Carla will get back to you. If you want to contact with our international student promoters, you can also ask to connect with the student either from your country or your major. And as you can see, they're so smart and amazing. They also would be happy to help you. A lot of our incoming students are already connected and have friends before they even arrive on campus because we have such a great community.
Yeah, this is good. So we have the numbers displayed on the screen. That is +1. That is the country code. So +1 319 2732 363. I know that's not how we mention it in the US, but so it's actually 319 273 2363. So send them a WhatsApp message, but don't be calling at a time that is not working out. No. Cause,
We do try to sleep sometimes.
I know, right? Because sometimes, I mean, when I happened to be initially, my first work was to work as the GA for the international office, and so working with students all over the world, and then some of them even accommodation. The time that I want to have a little sleep, then my phone is buzzing, boom, boom, boom,
Yes.
boom. I'm like, God, did I sign up for this?
Yep. That's how it
Yeah,
is.
so just leave a test. The first thing I would say is just leave a test first. Trust me, we will respond. Christy will respond. Catherine and Gavi, I mean, they will respond. So just leave a test. But maybe if you realize that it's maybe a working hour or something like that, you can try a call. I mean, but not like 3 a.m. CST, I mean, or stuff like that. I mean, we want to sleep a bit, but Christy, our last question over here, and then we can wrap this beautiful session up. So it says that I came very late. Okay, that is everything. So do you have internship opportunities? I think we spoke a little bit about this, but Christy, so on campus accommodation for graduate students, tuition fee plus accommodation and meal plan estimate for yearly. I think we wanted to touch about this. Graduate students, I don't know if you do meal plans or Catherine and Gavik, is it just the undergrad? I mean, can you guys talk about this real quick?
Yeah, I mean, so we do have meal plans for grad and undergrad students.
Okay.
You can look at all of our, I think there is a cost analysis in terms of like meal plan options in the dining website. You can go to that through uni.edu, and there will be a housing and dining options where you can kind of go through and pick out which sort of meal plan you would like. You can get either a full one, or you can get there are different options on there. Or you can not get a meal plan, and I think every student gets $100 of dining dollars when they get admitted undergrad. I'm certain.
wow.
But they can use that everywhere in our campus retail stores. We have community retail stores, essential stores where you can get just things to eat, short eats, coffee, pizza, a lot of options. You can use
Wow.
that in any of our options. And in terms of accommodation, I do believe a breakdown of that is also on our website.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but do you have off-campus to graduate students, Christy? Do we do off-campus for the grad students too?
Yeah, I mean, there are some on-campus spots, and a lot of our grad students do live on campus because we do have apartments and suites that are appropriate for maybe some graduate students. Some grad students even live in the dorms if that's something that they're interested in. Otherwise, we have a lot of apartments or houses off campus. Sometimes, we try to guide students to live on campus at first because it's much easier. All of the facilities have furniture and you're close by and there's people to help you. But it's really up to a student. We don't require it for undergrad or grads, and they can decide. But if they do want to live off campus, we will give them some contacts. But in the end, they do have to make some arrangements. Now, as Catherine and Gavik mentioned, we do try to help students get connected to community services that will help them get some furniture and dishes and beds. But that's something that they need to think about. So there are options there for students.
Beautiful. Now we would have 30 seconds each to wrap up, maybe say something beautiful about you and I. And then my next question will be, describe you and I in one word. Are we ready for that?
Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's see who I'm going to start with first. So on my screen, I have Christy on my right, and I have Gavik just under Christy, and under me here, I have Catherine here, right? So who am I going to start with? Let's see. Whoever will be number 10 for me. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gavik, it's on you.
All right.
All right. Good start.
I mean, genuinely off the bat, it's pretty easy for me to tell you how much I love you. And I came here as a very eager, mature but not so mature young adult, and I grew to be who I am today, which I'm genuinely proud of, and I think every graduating senior should be proud of themselves. And I got here thanks to UNI, thanks to its amazing programs, its adaptability, its opportunities, internships, its people, leaders, teachers. I mean, I could go on and on and on. And it's genuinely life-changing, and I'm about to take my next step post graduation here in the fall, and hopefully I'm still in touch with UNI and I can give back as much as the university has given to me.
Mhm. What's your one word for UNI today?
Wow. That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It can only be wow because you found love, bro. You found love. You found love. Okay, Catherine, I want to do with you. So, your last words in about 30 seconds, and then we do what one word you would describe UNI to be like.
I want to appreciate you and I for
Mm,
these 2 years so far that you've held my hand.
mm,
I had my associate degree in 2013. I was 8 years away from school. You've really helped me maneuver, looking at the laptop the other time, it's been a journey of strength with people holding my hand both ways to make sure that I stumble through where the failures were, where the successes were. But I appreciate that this community and this university makes sure that they see the good in you and they continue with that.
mm.
So one word I should say about you and I, if you want to be successful, you and I will help you.
That is actually 5 words.
Catherine's always an overachiever, so you can't just keep her to one word.
It's really
Thank
hard.
you.
It's really hard to think of one word. It's not possible.
Yes. Interesting. All right, let's do with the boss right now. So, boss, your last 30 seconds words.
Yes.
One word for us, not 6.
All right. I'll try for this. So UNI is a special place. I think that
Mm.
there's so many opportunities here. I look sometimes at, there's amazing, wonderful places all over the US, but look for a place that has both opportunities and access, because some places maybe have amazing opportunities, but they're so hard to get to, and you're competing so much with tens of thousands of people. Where at UNI, you can come, you can find your niche, you can get new experiences, and you can make yourself into, as we can see, amazing young professionals ready to conquer the world. So I think UNI holds some really special opportunities for you. So I guess I think I said it 4 times in that speech. I guess my word would be opportunities.
That is it.
Yes.
UNI full of opportunities.
You
If
got
you
it.
need a place
Success.
to go and have a good future, Catherine says
Success.
UNI is the place. And then Gavik says, wow. Guys, I don't know. I was just having fun. I've never had a longer show, but this is about
Record.
1 hour, 38 minutes.
38
I've just been
minutes.
talking with you guys like that.
Hey.
I'm so sorry.
Fun.
I give you guys your time, but at least I know that we have at least 2 people that I am sure of, apart from many other who they've not mentioned yet about applying. At least they have shown that interest of applying to UNI, and that is very good. That is very good. We're going to leave the video on the channel that is going to be public, so that any prospective student who would want to come back, watch it, listen to all this live Q and A, we will leave it on the channel so that it will be a blessing to them as well. But guys, I want to say with Valenio, that is
Webalenyo.
with Valenio,
Webalenyo. It's a B. Webalenyo.
with Valenio, right? That is thank you
That
in
is seven.
right?
Uganda.
And then I want to say Stuti in Sri Lanka. But for country, thank you very much. So thank you guys for doing
I
this wonderful
appreciate
job.
Thank
Yes.
you so much.
Oh, we have Jolie saying that thank you all and God bless you. Yes, I wish I can have
Amen.
all of them even saying thank you to the UNI team right now. But guys, can you do that for me? At least saying thank you. If you can type thank you in the chat or the comment section, I would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. I still have a couple of people. I was thinking by now they would probably leave by now. Look at it. See, you have Benny Sogam. That is my sister, actually, my biological sister, saying thank you.
And McRae, I want to say you're welcome to come to the university and visit us anytime. So
I
please come
think
up.
I can do. Oh, after the graduation, right? Yes, I'll
Yeah.
just have a drive and then just come.
Yeah,
there
come see
and
us.
see you. Yes,
Everyone's welcome at UNI.
thank you. I think you and I is our new home now.
There you go. Come on up.
All right, Christy, I'll speak to you just after the show. And Gavik, thank you so much for connecting with me. Let's
Okay.
connect on Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever it is, just to keep in
Oh
touch.
yeah, I
Make
will
sure that
definitely.
we
Yeah.
build. I
For
don't know.
sure.
Should I say we build a country together? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much for having
Let's
me.
build a place that is, it's welcoming for our other international students, right? We
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want them to come and be hanging somewhere. We want to have the resources that they will need to,
Yeah, no, we want them to come to a second home, 100%.
the second home. That's what I would say. So let's connect and then we'll have something better to do, okay?
Of course. Thank you.
All
so
right.
much.
I will see you later, bro. Dr. Christy, thank you once again for joining me and my team today. It was a wonderful session. I want to say thank you so much. All the prospective students who joined us, we are saying thank you. And then to the ambassadors also, thank you for training them. Look at wonderful job they are doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
You see why I'm so proud. Like I'm this proud
Yeah.
mother of
Yeah.
all of these wonderful young people. So it's
Wow.
great. And thank you for having us and helping us to share a little bit of the University of Northern Iowa with the world.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'll speak to you afterwards and then
Okay.
we'll talk about some other more plans.
Okay. All right.
All
Love
right,
it.
blessings, Christy. wow, guys, this is a wonderful session. I want to say thank you so much for joining us today, and it's been back to back information, back to back about University of Northern Iowa, where I am currently. I always see somebody from UNI tabling over there because we have some of our students even transferring to UNI to go do like a 4-year college or 4-year program. So we have students going there all the time. So it is a good thing to have the boss herself, Dr. Christy, join me on the session today. I mean, how good is that? So guys, thank you so much. We have other more things coming up, so please stay glued to us, and I believe that God will help everybody. That one step at a time. Just keep on making it. Don't lose hope. Don't lose focus. Don't lose whatever it is that is worrying you. We are here to help you out. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. As was just one step at a time. Just one step at a time. Take your time and go through the process, and I believe God will help you. Once again, my name is Makare Soga, and I'll see you on the other side. God bless everybody. Bye-bye. The two bags I brought.
No, it's true. It's true.